San Diego Comic-Con will not have an appearance or a panel from DC Studios. James Gunn will not be there. I think he got asked on his social media of choice. I don't use it, so I don't know. He was asked if he'd be there, and he says, no, I'm going to be shooting. Now, this to me is very interesting, because if they don't go to this Comic-Con, when Superman Legacy, well, just Superman now, when Superman comes out next year, they would have already missed. Like, I think it's just before Comic-Con. So yeah, it might be like the same week or the week of. I'm not too sure. But it's cutting it very close. So this is like the last Comic-Con they can go to before they introduce the universe. Now, you don't need to do big panels and big, look at what we're doing. This is what we're doing, everyone. Look at this.
We already know.
Now, DC will probably be able to do something themselves. The DC. They could do like a little event. Marvel's done events before in the past. They've got everyone in the... just 2014 when this happened. They've got everyone in the El Capitan Theatre and just announced a slate from Civil War all the way to Infinity... to Endgame. It's like, this is what we're doing. Things change on the way. James Gunn's got a pretty solid idea of what he's doing, but they're not going to be there. And I don't think they need to be there to promote the film. The sort of era of Comic-Con and going and announcing things, I think that's kind of done. Which is sad to me, because I want to be there for something like that.
I'm going to disagree. I don't think it's that. I just think Marvel, like you said, Marvel's obviously having a bit of a rough patch. They're trying to fix things behind the scenes. DC is just starting again. So, if I'm not mistaken, was there an event for Iron Man 1 at Comic-Con?
They were there at Comic-Con.
Okay.
That's the stuff that were getting people hyped.
No.
Now,
well, either way, it doesn't entirely matter. I don't think it's going away, like you say. I think we will get them.
None of them went last year as well.
Year. No, I know, but I'm saying it doesn't. It's not the be all end all either way.
No. It's definitely not. And to me, if I was Marvel Studios right now, I capitalise on this. I go, right, what have we got coming out? What do we know that's good? I think they'll be done with the Captain America reshoots by then. They could at least get the cast of the Fantastic Four together, for some photos and stuff like that. And just build and set the record straight. I think Marvel needs to come out this year and set the record straight with what's going on, because it was a rough year for them last year. And I think Kevin Feige needs to get up and walk on that stage and go, right, here's what we're doing.
Sorry, guys, we fucked up.
Why?
Check this shit out. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to do. He's going to be like, sorry, guys, we fucked up.
Well, not
okay.
Even that. He needs to set the record straight with what's happening with Kang in some regard. Might not mention it directly, but say, look, this is the direction we're going in now. We've heard what the fans want. They don't have to admit any wrongdoing, which is business 101. Don't do that. But just say, look, we want to go in a more creative direction. We feel like this would benefit the story more. This is what we're doing. And yeah, I see that working. Now, will DC not being there give Marvel a big weekend? Yes, absolutely. But James Gunn's shooting right now. Comic-Con's in July. I think June or July. All James Gunn has to do then is put out a teaser that weekend for Superman. I keep wanting to say it's Legacy after it. Just need to get in the...
Just say it. I mean, it's it's fine.
All James has to do then is put out a teaser for Superman. Now, James and Kevin are good friends. I think they both know as well. They're not competition to each other.
Yeah, which I'm really glad about because, if DC decided to get their head on right and they found their Kevin Feige, who had nothing to do with Marvel, unlike James Gunn, it would have been a very, I'm not going to say like toxic, but it's going to be like, it's kind of like a Sony Marvel thing.
Which we've seen in the past. Kevin Feige has always been so diplomatic when it comes to other comic book movie studios like DC. And he said, look, when one of us is winning, we're all winning. If DC bring out a good comic book movie, guess what? Oh, I can't wait for the next comic book movie. Marvel. Let's see what it is. But definitely in the very early stages of DC, the DC EU, they had all Justice League stars on stage, and I think it was like Jason Momoa, who I love, by the way. I really like Jason Momoa. But Jason Momoa, I think he was on stage going, fuck Marvel. It's like, now I get it, it's just trying to get the crowd hyped. But yeah, I like this. No, let's build together. Because we're going to build a sustainable ecosystem. Bob Iger's just been out recently and he said what we've been saying for nearly a year now on the channel. There isn't superhero fatigue. There's quality fatigue. Bob Iger said, if you make something good, people will go out and see it. Look at Oppenheimer. It was good. That film nearly made $1 billion. I don't know why he didn't mention Guardians of the Galaxy and go, if you make a good film, people will go out and see it. Look at Guardians of the Galaxy's box office success. But, yeah, that was just where one behind last year on Oppenheimer. So, who knows? Do you think... Right, I'll ask you this. Do you think Marvel will be at Comic-Con? Or
maybe,
do you think they're going to skip it and do their own event? Because I think it's a D23 year. So a D23, they do it every 2 years.
If it's D23 this year, then yeah, they won't be at Comic-Con. Well, they might be. They might be pulling out all the stops, like you say. The Comic-Con for these big companies, Marvel, DC, it's not been as big as of late. In the last couple of years, there's nothing really been umphed by Comic-Con, and I don't want to say it's because, or like the reason you say it's the stop announcing things at these Comic-Cons, but I think it'd be cool if they pulled out all the guns and be like, yeah, we're at Comic-Con, yeah, we're at D23, or whatever it is. Just make some cool, you don't really have to announce anything, just show us the cast all together, Get a panel up there. People love panels.
Like, how fun was that Avengers Age of Ultron panel?
Like,
I watch that from time to time because it's fun to watch. All the actors coming out on stage. But yeah, Marvel could do like a Silver Surfer casting, a Doctor Doom casting, a Galactus casting, somewhat along them lines. Here's your Avengers lineup for Avengers 5. Anything like that. And DC not being there gives them nothing to be compared to. Because as much as I love Marvel, and I love Kevin Feige, I think we might be... I don't want to say we're going to be in the era of DC taking over in popularity, but I think we're going to start getting a lot of quality stuff from James Gunn at DC Studios. And this is good because this means Marvel's going to have to kick it up a notch as well. Because they know exactly what this man is capable of. So, yeah. No DC at Comic-Con, but they'll do some of themselves. They'll make their own event. It's like Apple did back in the day. Apple were like, why would we come to your event? We could just do something ourselves and make it bigger. And everyone seems to be going off that now.
Yeah, I mean, it works.
Yep, I'd love to see James Gunn in his Steve Jobs turtleneck. Just going, here is the new DC. Yeah, I'd have liked to have seen DC there as well. I would have liked to have had a Batman casting. Oh, Yeah.
One at a time. You know, don't spill all your beans. You know, you've just gotten Superman, you've gotten Supergirl, so maybe they want to save some bits.
Yeah. You know why they ain't told us yet? Because they're gonna go woke and broke, and Batman's gonna be a woman.
Oh no.
Right.